All right. So for this reacts, Nuke's top five is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content. Shout out to Nuke and his top fives. Both of these are creatures or cryptids, which I have a unique position on because I've talked about this before, but I'm actually like a degreed zoologist. Like I went to school for wildlife biology, animal biology, and I have my bachelor's of science in that. So this will probably be called Zoologist Reacts to Cryptids. To pull in some clicks. So if you want to hear what I have to say, stay tuned. All right, five mysterious creatures caught on tape. Top five strangest creatures. New top five. Lock in.
Top 5 mysterious creatures caught on camera. Wrong turn. YouTuber The Highway 9 says that he was on a hike through the mountains with his dog Misty when he found a mysterious mine shaft. He decided to go exploring.
Out. Out. Come here, come on.
Kind of looks like my dog.
Go.
Got some bats. This is kind of a really goofy cave. Almost looks dug out. Like it's very tall and skinny. Caves are somewhat like, you'll notice caves, especially if you're like into looking at like caving content and stuff, you'll notice a lot of them are very not uniform. Sometimes they are like towards the bottom, like where water will erode, it'll make like streams, but even then they're pretty windy. So I'm curious as to what this is, and also it seems that bats have moved in, so there's some sort of naturalness. There's a lot of bats back here, you can see. So I hope these aren't the strange creatures we're talking about. That's quite normal.
He finds some sleeping bats, but not much else. Until he decides to investigate one lone tunnel. It did not.
It looks almost like dug out.
Stay behind me.
Stay behind me. Is that supposed to be something back there?
What the is that?
Is there a figure back here? Oh, it is like a figure. Nosferatu? That looks like someone in like a costume.
He finds something lurking in the mine tunnel and decides to just
What is
get out
that
of there.
supposed to be?
Now, several YouTube commenters claim that the video has to be fake because the dog Misty doesn't bark at the strange dark figure. But it should be noted that Misty seems to be very well trained and also doesn't bark when bats start
That is
circling
true.
their heads.
That is a good point.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Wonderful ad
just
break.
by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
It's also interesting that this is the only paranormal video ever posted on the Highway 9's YouTube channel.
But it's also the last thing.
video
Yeah.
he
So
ever
I don't know.
right before your eyes.
I kind of want to.
to.
That just looks. Someone went to Spirit Halloween and put on like like from Scream, like Ghostface. That's so goofy. It doesn't move, and the guy also very slowly like pans around the corner.
At the strange trained. That this is the start that Misty. Several YouTube commenters claim
Like the way he
and
he
decide-
slowly went around this corner here, and then pauses there before he even says anything.
What the is that?
I don't know.
Oh,
Now if that's a dude that is like in there while he didn't set that up, even scarier. I will say most of the time, I think what you need to be afraid of is like people in places they're not necessarily supposed to be. Or people like in a cave, for example, if that guy was hiding in the dark, like that's scarier than anything else that could be back there, biologically speaking. I mean, unless we're talking like a bear or a tiger, something that'll rip you into pieces. You never know what a human's doing. It's the same thing if like a human's in the forest at night in the dark and you run into it. Like that's almost scarier than not knowing what it is, All right, on to the next.
This team swing their head stood on the high really can be seen as most right before your eyes. Indonesian YouTuber Panji is mostly known for a very different type of scary video. He usually can be seen interacting with very dangerous animals, like venomous snakes and angry crocodiles. In this particular video, he and his friends are out searching the woods for wild animals. But they run into something
Herpetology.
very different.
Aduh.
It's the rake! It's the rake!
Panji and his team say that they didn't notice anything at the time. They continue walking. But then Panji sees the figure running in the
They
darkness.
flash their light on it. Is there another time it comes by?
Ih, apaan?
What the bleep is that?
Apa itu?
Are they chasing it? The hell yeah, go get it! What? Oh, I thought he tackled it. He tripped.
Apaan itu, Pak? Lu lihat ya tadi, Pak? Lihatlah.
Okay, I don't...
Merinding, Pak.
Instead of running away, they actually chase the creature, but it's just too fast. They review their video and realize that the
Why is this quality so poor? It's like super pixelated, whatever.
strange figure walked right by without them even noticing.
Such a funny running.
Gua
Like,
nggak lihat itu. Nggak ada gua lihat apapun. Pas gua noleh ke kanan, ada yang lari. Lari, Pak. Ngeri, Pak.
So did
I feel like
Panji
he
and
would
his
be
friends
much
catch a
scareder.
mysterious creature on camera? Or is it all just
So,
an elaborate
yeah.
hoax?
Is there a way to get a better...
You decide.
They flash their light right at it. Get a better look at this thing. This is like a person. I don't know. It's not edited, I don't think. And if it is, they did a really good job editing the like the light, the flashlight on it here. Even like some shadow and stuff. The YouTube red circle. I think it's a dude. I don't know. A dude in like not a skin suit. Oh, that's disgusting. You in like a latex suit. I feel like you would be much more afraid in that scenario. They did
Panji and
chase
his
it
team
down
say
though,
that
which
they
is
didn't
really
notice
funny.
anything at the
Yeah.
time.
Don't know.
They continue
Don't know about
walking.
that one. Still think it's
Then
fake.
Panji sees
So right now we're 0 for 2 and 2 for 2 on people.
Creature on camera. Creature call. This next video is probably one of the most requested videos on the Nuke's top
A lot of
5
people have
channel.
submitted it.
A guy
Wow.
named Rick claims that he has been tormented by an inhuman creature that lives in the woods around his home. He says that he often hears the creature late at night or sees it lurking in the tree line.
Interesting.
On this occasion, he set up a camera and claims that he finally caught the thing on camera.
Who did he? It's just another dude. If it's just another figure, like a dude standing there. What? I think this is what we're looking at. Okay, it moved.
I put the iPad in the window, and now this thing's coming up to the steps in my backyard, Mike.
That's just a person.
It's like a weird.
The way it's
demonic looking
shambling
thing.
makes me think
It's
it's
like a human. And
edited.
it's all scratched down. And this is the second time this happened this week. And as I'm talking to you, this is all on recorded, and it doesn't see me. I'm in that that sunroom.
It doesn't see me.
You're on record.
Is that what he said?
Everything's recording now. You're on record. Everything's you. This is all on recorded, and it doesn't see me. I'm in that.
How do you know it doesn't see you? What?
You're on record. Everything's recording now. I can see the thing. It's like looking around weird. It's recording the video? Yeah, right now it's on the video. it doesn't see me. I'm sitting back, but I can still see out the window really good. You should see. No, it can't. But it's looking around like something out of a weird sci-fi movie. This thing is freaky. Oh my god, like a gargoyle. It's like a gargoyle, man. And it's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about? It's a plant.
Left side, or by the right?
Looking out.
On the backyard?
Yeah, on the right side, there's the weeds there.
I don't
going down that
I don't know what to
sidewalk.
say. It's just a dude
It's looking.
approaching.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Dude, this thing is weird. And then it goes back. It just went back. It dove back. It like.
See the way he says, and it goes back. It makes me think this is like
wobbled back.
recorded.
Yeah,
He's
you know
out there
what I'm saying?
doing that, and then he comes back and he's doing this voiceover
Yeah, like
with the call.
It knows something's going on. I got it now. I got on tape. This is unreal. Oh my god, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my
Terrible
gosh.
acting. Oh my gosh, really bad
This thing
acting.
is looking weird. Oh my god.
I kind of think this is edited. I don't.
It knows something's going on, man. This thing is. Oh my god.
You would be so much more afraid. You gotta go get like a blicky or something and let it rain.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. We got disconnected.
Rick still claims to this day that the video is 100% real.
I'm sure he does.
He vehemently defends it. When asked the obvious question of why he didn't phone police, Rick says that he had already called police to his home many times and filed multiple police reports, but nothing ever happened. Rick says that he believes the police just thought he was crazy. But what
That's
do you
convenient.
think? Real or fake? Let me
Fake.
know. The coast isn't clear.
In Albion, no matter where you
Wonderful.
go or what you do, your mount will accompany you on your journey. Perhaps you'll pick the ox,
Yes,
a merchant's
the ox.
best friend.
Wonderful.
It can
In San Benito, Texas, two guys are out
What
for a
did that
day
say?
of fishing. Isn't clear.
Coast isn't clear.
In San Benito, Texas, two guys are out for a day of fishing on the local lake. As they move along the water, one of them notices something very odd on the shore.
What is that?
Okay, so it's something, a dog or what? Oh la verga!
That's just another dude?
Oh la
It's just another guy.
or what? Oh la verga!
It's just a dude.
I got it on video, wait. Yeah.
What the guys initially thought was an animal or a dog drinking at the water's edge suddenly stands up on two legs like a man. The two guys claim that the man,
Looks like a dude
or
wearing a flannel shirt.
whatever this is, was covered in hair.
Yeah.
Now, the original video was very shaky.
Just
and
looked like
pretty much
a
potato
dude wearing a
quality,
jacket or
but
something.
I've tried to stabilize it.
Doesn't
as
look
much
like
as
it's
I
covered
can.
in hair.
If you look closely, you can see that the man does indeed seem to be covered in something, possibly
Wearing
hair.
a jacket.
But
It
even
flashes like
stranger,
red.
He seems to run away on all fours like an animal.
No, that's just the
This is not
shakiness.
the first sighting of this creature. Locals refer to it simply as the Dog Man.
Dog man.
The Mississippi skunk ape. YouTube user Josh Highcliffe was out in the woods of Mississippi, hunting for wild hogs. He says he was sitting on a low tree branch, being very quiet, when he heard something. Thinking it might be a hog, he looked around the tree, but instead he saw this.
I think I've seen this video. Oh, conveniently he presses the stop button. before it goes further, something I will say that's interesting here is if you've ever watched like gorillas or chimpanzees or orangutans, you know, just apes, any of the great apes, the big apes, um, they have some coordination using their hands. I will say the limbs, like the upper limbs, look extended and long, kind of like apes. That's not to say that's not possible in humans. That definitely is. But the arm movements look awkward and uncoordinated a little bit, kind of like chimpanzees or, you know, just apes in general, which is super interesting. Like if you watch orangutan, what is it, Orangutan Island, something like that, and it's like Animal Planet, I think. But you can see these orangutans interact and the way they kind of flail their arms, even when they're like doing stuff like eating or carrying like rocks, stuff like that, and using like primitive tools that apes are kind of seen doing now. It's super awkward and kind of flaily is the way to say it. I will say this kind of looks like that, where I feel like even as a dude in a suit, it would be difficult to act like that because our joints just aren't loose like that, you know. We're just so used to being coordinated, it's hard to act uncoordinated. So I don't know, but we'll keep watching. I know apes don't live in Mississippi, but it's also a dude sitting in water, it would look like, which is committed to the bit. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I gotta watch that again. Looking at chat. Let's watch the way it stands up. That'll be a big thing. That's a very human stand.
Something that Josh claims looked like an oversized ape was ripping into a large dead tree like it was made of cardboard.
It was ripping that apart pretty good. That is true.
Josh says that at first he tried to be as still as he could, but when the creature stood up, he claims it was at least 7 feet tall.
I don't know about 7 feet tall, but that's definitely like a lumbering size there. And apes have much shorter legs. So like in the event that's for some reason someone had a pet gorilla, something like that, and it's just sitting here in the in the you know, Mississippi swampland. I still just kind of think that's a dude. It kind of looks like this log was moved, this little log, on purpose. And the guy sets up. I just feel like, I don't know. Let's watch his retreat again.
He could. Large. Something that Josh claimed.
Seemed to be a quick retreat. Pretty quick.
Something that Josh made of cardboard. But when the creature stood up, he claims it was at least 7 feet tall.
I don't know about
Josh
7 feet
couldn't
tall.
contain his fear and ran for his life. This is the only video Josh Highcliffe ever posted to YouTube. It has become one of the most controversial Bigfoot videos ever.
When these accounts post one video, it makes me, I guess it's just always easy to be skeptical, because you're like, if they post like three videos and 2 of them are car related and one of them's like a paranormal video, it's like, okay, did you do that to plant that to make yourself look more credible? If there's a lot of stuff and only one of them's paranormal, I think that's the most believable of all of them, because any other scenario, it kind of looks set up or like that the only, like if it's the only video on a channel, it's the only purpose of that channel was to upload this video. But then it's like, you can ask, well, if they were trying to get views and like capitalize off of the clout you get, the views you get, why is there only one video? I don't know. We'll let Nuke finish out, and then I'll say my piece on the Mississippi skunk ape.
But what do you think? Is this Bigfoot or just a big fake? As always, you decide. If you see a spooky video that you think should be on the top 5, or if you've recorded one yourself, send it to me at nukestop5.
Ghost that scared my mama.
And come on over and say howdy on Twitter at nukestop5. As always, thanks for watching.
All right, we'll go back to this ape. So one of the big things I think is, theoretically, if we're talking about a mammal this big, and I think a lot of people say that, what's the word? Opportunistic omnivores, so they will eat whatever they can, but most of the time they don't eat meat. In that scenario, like, they would be, something that size would need to be eating so much foliage, if it wasn't, that there would be so much more like poop, so much more scat than anything. And then on the flip side, if we're talking, well, it hunts and eats, like, you know, kills and eats things, in that scenario, we would also see that within the food chain. Like, so animals within food networks, and the energy like chain within ecosystems, you can basically track every single animal from like the smallest things of decomposers and plants getting energy from the sun or dead matter, organic matter, all the way up to the apex predator. And we would assume that the Bigfoot's somewhere towards the top, right? Now there is times, I can't think of any specific examples right now, but sometimes there is species that avoid that. Like, they're kind of in a hidden niche, however you say it. And like a species or two will kind of have a good relationship in which there's feedback, take and give, and they're just completely separated from the rest of the ecosystem web. Like the energy chain, the food chain. But that's so few and far in between, and those are often very small species. We're talking bugs, small marine or freshwater fish, and invertebrates. We would hold up. Oh, it's back on. Okay, that was weird. I don't know how long ago that cut out. Basically, all I'm trying to say is you would notice an animal that big not in... Like, we would notice it. We would notice animals, carcasses, dead, hunted, eaten, especially in areas where they say this is, like northern Minnesota, northern, southern Illinois, like the Midwest, where there's not really big game predators like... I guess there's bears up north in Minnesota, in the northern Midwest, but like southern Illinois is a big thing. Like there's the Big Muddy Monster by the Big Muddy River, stuff like that, where there isn't a big predator. You would see it. There would be traces, and like I said, the main thing would be this thing would have to eat so much that there would be poop. Now that doesn't rule out, if you want to say that Bigfoot or skunk ape, whatever this thing is there's only a few of them and they live for thousands of years, and it's like something beyond our understanding. It's paranormal, it's supernatural, which I think is very silly. But I mean, you can go that route, and that's the only plausible way, because if these are biological creatures that mate, that have offspring, that live within ecosystems, even if they wander around in like a nomadic lifestyle, we would know. We would know. All right, so that is this video done. We do have another one here. How long has this been? Already 30 minutes? Oh man. We'll just go in. Maybe I'll try to yap less this time. How long is it? Another 11 minutes? All right. Top 5 strange creatures. Oh, I didn't even see how old that other one was.
Top 5 mysterious
I hope these ones are not
creatures
just dudes
on
in suits.
camera. Something's in the yard. For several weeks, Maddie and her husband have been hearing strange animal-like hisses and growls from their backyard. Even more bizarre, she says that she and her husband have also experienced some random property vandalism, including several heavy art ornaments being thrown around or smashed. Their neighbors have had similar creepy experiences. Local police have been called to the neighborhood several times after property has been damaged, including a large bush being ripped from the ground by someone or something.
Oh man.
On this particular night, Maddie hears strange animalistic sounds outside her house and decides to grab her video camera to investigate. This is what she found.
Hearing the craziest noises. Listen. I gotta check this out.
Love Roblox?
Yeah, Roblox! Woo, yeah!
Microsoft Rewards.
Where the did it go?
Was there supposed to be something I saw? I could think of a pig that would make that noise. There's definitely some birds. Birds make weird noises, man.
Is anyone there? Oh my god.
Is that supposed to be the bush that got ripped out? That's like lopped with like a tree clipper. What? That's like a perfect cut. Right here, that's like it just got snipped with like a hedge trimmer or like a loppers, you know? What? That's so goofy. Spooky. Do not open the shed. Dark video.
Thought I heard those noises again.
I heard them last night.
Now, on first viewing, Maddie didn't notice anything out of the ordinary in the video. But after rewatching the footage, she noticed this. Some strange creature seems to duck behind a tree as Maddie's camera light passes
Oh my
by.
gosh. That's just shadow and light artifact. That's not...
Is this some mysterious creature tearing up the backyards of suburban homes? Or just some random vandal?
Like what creature?
Strange looking head.
I don't know what that would be.
Decide. By the way, you can see Maddie's full video along with updates to this
many
entire
animals.
bizarre story on her channel, Maddie Ann.
In fact, you know what? Hold up. Let's see. Let's see if we can find a short. Nocturnal bird calls.
Although many birds make their songs and calls during the day, there's actually quite a few that vocalize.
So Bard, I was say, who cooks for you? Who cooks for you?
Next up is the great horned owl, which makes the classic calling back.
Barn owls are terrifying. I was on a walk the other night and there was one that swooped right in front of me from a like a sign pole. It was pretty spooky. Oh, you guys gotta hear this one. Meep. It's so good. Okay, rails sound kind of crazy if I remember right. So there's a crazy noise. Kill deer, kill deer, kill deer.
Being noise. Recognize it.
I love bitterns so much.
In the final group, we have a couple birds that aren't nocturnal, but
Okay,
they are
interesting.
known
I want to listen to that sound again. Hold up. It's a really weird grunt. Could have been a bear, actually. Wow, that was a really good vocalization. Thank you, whoever uploaded that.
Top 3 creepiest animal sounds. Number 3, the barn owl.
Yeah,
While
their
hunters
screech
start
is
screeching
crazy.
Number 3.
Yeah, red foxes sound like a woman getting murdered. It's terrifying.
Which casting spells at night.
Ooh, could have been a
Cats are known
bobcat,
to
yes.
produce chilling screams that would downright.
Well, those are lynx, but bobcats make a crazy sound as well. Ooh, could have been a deer. Definitely could have been a deer. A buck, like a buck and rut. This segment's going very long. I can't help myself.
Today, business happens
All right, Super T-Mobile, let's get out of here.
Super Mobile from T-Mobile. The best plan.
So you're camping out in the forest at night, trying to. Dogs be roaming around the woods in the middle of the night. The hindbrain wanders. Deers can also roar, a deep, croaking type of roar.
That's almost most definitely what that is. Especially a buck that's kind of getting territorial. Yeah, I don't even think we need to do any more research there. I don't think any of those. I love woodcock so much. Ape. So good. All right. On to the next. And this, I don't know. That could have been an animal that was... yeah, I don't... I think that was like a weird artifact of the light. Like shadows. I don't know.
So, what
I
do
think it
you
was a
think
deer.
this is?
A buck. Buck and rut.
You just updates to the creature in the dark.
Hmm.
On our Iraqi YouTube channel, two urban explorers named Kazem and Munir explore creepy isolated areas that are said to be home to strange creatures, spirits, or animals. I'll leave it to you to decide which particular category this encounter fits into.
Is that light up there supposed to be it? Was that something's eye? Animal of sorts? Is that just a person? Look like a person's eyes and teeth?
Wooded area, Kazem and Munir see a strange dark figure with glowing eyes and teeth before they both lose their nerve and simply
Okay, in the
run
dark,
away.
everyone's eyes and teeth kind of glow like that. Like he was close enough to the light. Like the infrared of a camera. Oh, they're getting chased now? I need some subtitles.
So did the two explorers discover a mysterious creature? Or is the video just an elaborate
It's just a
hoax?
guy.
Let me know what you think.
Just a guy. Which don't get me wrong, can be scary. Definitely can be scary. Like I was saying earlier. A person where they're not supposed to be at night. Just as, like, more scary, I think. You don't know their intentions. You know? I don't know.
Scream. This video was sent in to me by so many people that it would be unfair to credit just a single person. So here are all the very nice people who suggested this video. So, Dylan Anderson was hanging out in his friend's backyard, which happens to border the fence of an Iowa State animal preserve that includes a dense forest. He hears strange sounds from the darkness and begins to record.
So I'm up at the ridge line right now, about where the fence is at. And so behind this fence over here, there's a wood line. It's about 9:48 in the night. So we just heard it scream a little
Heard
bit
what
ago.
scream? What, Derek? What scream?
I don't know if you could see past this, but so behind this, where I'm pointing right now, there's a forest back there, and that's a pretty big forest. It's a state park. So there's nothing that's back there, and it's protected. So I don't know. But we're back here, and there's this fence right here that protects my friend's yard, where we're at now. And from that, I don't know what you'd call this, but there's a pasture right here with a bunch of trees. You can't really see them. I don't know if you can see that tree or not. Can you see that tree right there? That fern right there? That's a fern, and then there's a bunch of other ferns all around.
Wonderful.
And it gets more dense as you go back. But what happens is this creature comes up against this fence, and it jumps this fence. And it was standing, we think, right in this where I'm
coffee
standing
lid.
now. And my friend's inside her now. This footage. And did you just hear that? That was it.
That sounds so edited. Doesn't sound like it's pitched right comparatively.
Guess I'm out.
That's fake.
So did Dylan catch the howl of a mythical skinwalker or some other creature? Is the video a hoax? Mythical
Did you just hear the footage? And no, but I'm getting this footage. And
Like, he preemptively stops.
did you just hear that?
Like, he did. It wasn't even edited good. He preemptively stops here, stops talking, and then it starts going. It's like it didn't even cut him off, and the audio, like, mixing isn't with what that would be, like with the ambient noise you can hear in the background.
Did you just hear that? That was it.
Like, the echoing, it's just not.
Guess I'm out.
So did Dylan catch the howl of a mythical skinwalker or some other
Really
creature?
dumb. Like, Derek,
Is the
not
video a
Dylan,
hoax?
or not
Could
Derek,
this just
Dylan.
be some other strange animal lurking
Thanks,
in the
Dylan.
forest?
Thanks for your submission.
One thing to note is this odd light in the trees that seems to jump to the ground just as the bizarre
Oh my gosh, it's a
howl
bug
is
that got caught in the light.
And
That's so
did you
silly.
hear that?
Might be a
Some
spider
YouTube
dropping.
viewers have suggested that this looks like a
Kitchen
strange
size.
glowing eye. But what do you think?
So silly. Bigfoot, yes.
Now, no list of mysterious or strange creatures would be complete without a Bigfoot
True.
sighting. This clip comes from
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without
Yeah,
knowing how to
get
code.
out of here.
This is based
Central Oregon, where a group of teenagers say they spotted a strange creature walking through a field, alternately switching from crawling on all fours to walking on two legs.
That. Oh, there it is. We've seen this thing. Dude, what is that?
I believe I've seen this video.
I'm not kidding. That thing's. We've seen it multiple times. It's coming over here. It's coming. It's coming over.
Why is it potato camera quality? I never understand that.
Oh my god. Oh, it went down again. Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, Can someone get the flashlight? Go get the flashlight, Eric. Holy
Just a dude in a suit.
what the is that?
Nobody, everybody's inside. Where's Eric?
It's behind the bush again. Behind the ridge. That's gotta be what that sound is.
What sound?
What?
I can. My
It's behind the
eyes.
bush over there.
It was definitely on two legs.
Yes, it was walking.
Holy. Holy.
Yeah, that's my light.
It's gonna pop. Yeah, turn that off.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah, I see it. It's
Where?
right there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, how did it get over there?
Right there. You see it right there? It's huge. See it over there? Right there. You see it walking?
Dude, it's on two legs.
Watch it. Get the flashlight on it.
Everything is fine until the teens try to deliberately provoke the strange
Oh, really?
creature. It doesn't work out so well.
Hey! Hey! Oh, that's great.
It's a person. They're messing with us. Dude, this isn't a game.
No, dude, this.
No one's messing.
Flashlight on. Eric, turn the flashlight on.
If anything, Eric's playing a sick joke on us. Alright,
Yeah, that's just a dude walking.
Oh, it's getting down again.
It's never been this close.
Alright, time to go.
At first, the creature charges them, which terrifies the entire group.
Okay,
But after that,
so I think they're all in on this, right? But even so, the only people like really freaking out are like kids screaming. That makes me think of like when a kid knows it's you, you know, like if you have younger siblings or nieces, nephews, whatever, kids. When you start to like go at them like, I don't know, to tickle them or scare them, or like you start acting goofy, they know it's you, but they still freak out. You know, they still scream like that. That's the only people screaming were the kids. The other guys were like, dude, this isn't a game. But I think my acting there was even better. So this is goofy.
it simply
It doesn't even
continues
like,
on its way.
I don't know. It's too
Was this
human-like, you know?
mysterious creature? Is it Bigfoot caught on camera? Or just an elaborate hoax?
I just never understand why the quality's so
Backyard
bad.
goblin.
A goblin?
Sebastian Acosta of Miami, Florida had heard a few strange noises outside of his new house, but he didn't really think much of it, assuming it was most likely some small animal. Shortly after he moved into the home, he decided to film a video to send to his parents, showing off his new house. When he reviewed the video, he found that he had caught something
Where is this
he never
goblin?
expected.
Is that it?
According to Central and South American legend, this creature would be called a duende.
That's-
which basically translates to a goblin.
That's something hanging in the tree.
Sebastian Acosta's story actually became so popular that it
That's-
made its way onto Telemundo News.
What is it supposed to be?
Is this some strange creature caught on camera? Is it fake? Or is it simply a very bizarre looking animal running along
It's
the
not
tree
even.
branch? Strange creature
It's
caught on
moving with
camera?
him, like
But it
in
made its way
perspective.
onto Telemundo News. But what do you think?
It's floating there. It's something hanging in the tree, and then as he moves this way, it moves that way in perspective.
Some strange creature caught on camera?
See, as he's moving, it starts.
Or is it
That's so
simply a very
dumb. Oh my
bizarre-looking
gosh.
animal running along the tree branch. So, most of the videos in this week's top 5 were actually sent in to me
That's
by
good.
viewers. And if you want to submit or suggest any
What
videos
wonderful,
for the top 5,
wonderful videos, Nuke. As always.
Top 5. Just click on the send message button and link the
Oh
video.
man.
Unfortunately, I don't get to see every single message, but if you attach a scary video or link, it will definitely be passed along to me.
Wow, thanks for watching. Nuke's a cool dude. Nuke's a cool guy. Cool videos, cool channel. So yeah, I don't think we had proof of any supernatural cryptids today, but we will try again.